From Smilin finally putting an end to his series of defeats, to Jake Paul chickening out of a sparring match with him, Sam Alvey savagely called out the Paul brothers. First things first, the former UFC champ broke his wicked losing streak after winning the last fight in 2018. That was when he scored that split decision win against Gian Villante. But after that, he went on a losing streak that got him booted from the UFC in 2022. But guess what? This time around, Sam faced off against Cameron Graham and straight up dominated with some ground and pound strikes in the late third round. He jumped on Graham's back, flattened him out, and kept swinging until the ref said, "That's enough, bro." But Alvey, being Alvey, grabbed the mic and unleashed a sick post-fight speech for the crowd. He showed some love to the fans and then dropped a huge bombshell. You see, Sam was originally going to call out heavyweight badass Francis Ngannou, but he decided to switch things up and go for a double call-out of Logan and Jake Paul. Can you believe it? His record now stands at 34 wins, 18 losses, 1 draw, and 1 no contest. Plus, this fight marked his heavyweight debut. Before that, Sam used to throw down in the light heavyweight and middleweight divisions. The dude's been in the game since 2008, throwing down in Bellator, King of the Cage, the MFC, and he even repped on the Ultimate Fighter 16 Team Carwin versus Team Nelson. Alvey stepped into the UFC scene on August 16, 2014, going up against Tom Watson at UFC Fight Night 47. It was a close fight back and forth, but in the end, he finally took the L after a unanimous decision. Sam then squared off against Dylan Andrews on November 8, 2014 at UFC Fight Night 55. And man, did he straight up demolish him with knockout punches in the first round. Talk about a comeback. Then came his showdown with Cesar Ferreira on February 22, 2015 at UFC Fight Night 61. And you know what? Sam wasn't playing around. He knocked Ferreira out cold in the first round and snagged himself a Performance of the Night bonus. You've got to love those sweet victories, right? Alvey has always been a fan favorite in the MMA world. He earned that nickname Smilin' because he's always rocking that positive vibe, even when things ain't going his way. But let's be real, it's not like Sam's only got W's in his portfolio. His UFC record has been a bit of a roller coaster. He ended up with a 10-13-1 record during his time there. It was a tough road for him. He had a shot at breaking the losing streak at UFC 254, but luck wasn't on his side that day, and he ended up with a split decision draw against Da Un Jung. His last loss was against Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, and that's what got him cut from the UFC back in August 2022. Until now. Alvey has finally made his comeback and landed himself back in that sweet winner's circle. We've got to get deeper into this insane fight. Just this past Saturday, Smilin jumped back in the ring after getting the boot from the UFC. He straight up finished Cameron Graham in the third round at B2 Fighting Series 183, going down at the Columbus Convention and Trade Center in Columbus, Georgia. It was a one-sided beatdown from Sam. He dominated his opponent for 3 rounds, slamming him down with some ground and pound action after pulling off a bunch of takedowns. The ref finally had to step in with just 43 seconds left in the third round, giving Alvey the TKO victory. That's how you do it. This win is added to his overall MMA record, making it 33-18-1. Now let's talk about what's next for this dude. Alvey's got his sights set on bare-knuckle boxing, yo. But unfortunately, he hasn't come across any dope enough offers from promotions. But Sam, he ain't holding back on the mic, and he's throwing shade and calling out the Paul brothers. Sam's all about that PFL action, ready to throw down with gloves. And once he's done with Jake, guess who's next? Yup, Logan Paul. Sam wants to pin him down in a crazy ladders, tables, and chairs match, counting that 1, 2, 3. Offers are on the table, Paul brothers. Better accept, cause Sam's coming for you. It's kind of crazy how the siblings are taking this much heat and have yet to respond to a single call-out. Could it be that they're just scared? Let's get into how Logan or Jake might react to Alvey's bold call-outs. You know these Paul brothers are all about that social media game, so you can bet they won't stay silent for long. Logan Paul, the OG YouTuber turned boxer, is probably going to respond in his usual playfulness. He'll see this as a chance to get some banter going with Alvey, maybe drop some jokes and share his own side of the story. Logan's all about that humor and confidence, keeping the door open for future showdowns while entertaining his fans. But hold up, we've got Jake Paul in the ring too. And this dude is the exact opposite. He's about the boxing game and building his rep, and he's never going to back away from a challenge, especially when he can milk it for a ton of clout. So he might take Alvey's call out a bit more seriously. Jake loves seizing opportunities to show off his skills, and going against an experienced MMA fighter like Alvey could be just the ticket to elevate his boxing career. No doubt both of these brothers will hit up their social media platforms to respond. You know they got a massive following there, and they'll definitely use those platforms to stir up some hype, create a buzz, and maybe even set the stage for a future clash. No matter if it goes down or stays in the realm of friendly exchanges, one thing's for sure. These Paul brothers know how to keep the internet buzzing with their moves, and fans will be all over their response to Sam Alvey's callouts. Just imagine Alvey taking on Jake Paul in the PFL. That'd be one hell of a matchup, right? It's like a clash of experience and power, with Alvey bringing the wisdom, and Jake is rocking that youth and strength. And talking about wrestling Logan Paul in the WWE, Sam's got the personality to bring out his inner heel and sell the fight. That's some serious entertainment right there. And just for the record, this isn't the first or last time he's called out the two either. During his last few rants, Smilin even said that he sparred with Logan back in the day. And he's even claiming that Jake Paul straight up ducked him after watching him spar. He admitted that both brothers got some athleticism going on, especially Logan, with his high school wrestling background. But here's the kicker. Jake straight up refused to spar with Sam after watching him go against Logan, even though Sam was going easy on him. Alvey's been calling out the problem child Jake Paul for a hot minute too. When he got released from the UFC last year in August, Smilin was already flirting with the idea of throwing down with Jake. And did you know that he spoke about wanting to fight Jake in an old interview with Talking MMA? Alvey just went in with guns blazing, basically saying that the Paul brothers were garbage. Logan seemed like a nice guy, he said, but Jake didn't want to spar with me after he saw me with Logan. I was being super nice to him. I mean, I was the experienced guy. He was the YouTube guy. He was just doing his thing as a sparring partner, you know, but allegedly, he ended up almost breaking Logan's jaw. And you know what happened after that? Alvey said he never got invited back to the gym again. Ouch. I was doing the best I could to carry him, he said in an interview. To just be a training partner for him, throw something, and he just kept getting hit. At one point, he kind of fell back. I was supposed to spar with his brother too. Jake wouldn't do it afterward. Well, it's no surprise he got scared and backed out. He knew what was coming for him, and he couldn't handle it. So there you have it. From Jake Paul refusing to spar with Alvey, to him finally ending his losing streak. That was Alvey calling out the Paul brothers.